It's all about survival now.
Really think you're gonna take this community from us?
At any cost.
Saving me! I know this sounds insane, but this is an insane world.
They're fucking with the wrong people.
This video is sponsored by Crazy Rick Grimes. Link to the page will be in the description below. Alright, what's going on guys? It is Relentless and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my review for episode 3 of season 6 of The Walking Dead, entitled Thank You. And like all my other reviews, this review will contain spoilers, so if you have not seen the newest Walking Dead episode, please click off the video now. And in this video I'm going to keep this review short and sweet, so I'm not dragging it on too long, just to keep you guys invested and interested in the video, but not getting bored at the same time, if you know what I mean. So for starters, the episode was one of the best episodes of The Walking Dead yet, and we did have an apparent major character death in the episode, which was Glenn. Yeah, we all think Glenn is dead. Apparently everyone has been going crazy the last couple of days since the apparent death of Glenn, because he's one of the major characters and he was there from the beginning of the show. You know, it was insane when it was a shocker when we first seen it. It's all due because Nicholas shot himself in the head. He fell into Glenn. He fell into a pile of walkers, and then the walkers are apparently ripping Glenn to shreds from his guts, etc. But for me personally, I do not think that's the case. I do think Nicholas is on top of him, and I do have proof that Glenn does survive that there episode and that, you know, brutal scene, because man, you see my walkers, there must be around 2, they're surrounded completely by walkers. They're just like lying there in the ground, and there's so many, they're just surrounded completely with all these zombies. Now I do know they're gonna survive it. Without a doubt, they're gonna get out of there alive. So that was a great scene and a great shocker too. But I definitely think he's gonna make it out alive, because I do have proof that he is alive and will be in the future episodes. But I'm really excited to see how he's going to get out of it. Will he not appear for a little while, and maybe till the mid-season finale maybe? Or will he appear not in next week's episode, because it's an entire Morgan episode, the following week, episode 5? Will he make a return then, or will we have to wait to the mid-season finale for that? We'll just have to see, because I do know he will be in episodes for the second half, because he is film pictured with Jesus, Daryl, Rick, Abraham and Michonne. So don't think that Glenn's actually dead, even though so many people are actually freaking cracking me up because they actually think Glenn is dead. But that is not the case. He is alive, and I bet you any money he will be back anytime soon. Maybe not next week's episode, but the week after. Most he will be back. Man, you think he will actually remember that they do follow The Walking Dead? They follow every news story that comes out of it. They should remember that when you know, Entertainment Weekly or somebody like that released photographs of the group from a future episode with Jesus, you know. Well, do you remember this? So I'm just sitting there in Facebook comments. Everyone's sad because he's apparently dead, but commenting all these pictures of Glenn in the future episode. So I think people still don't realise that he's going to live. I think it's a flashback, but what is Jesus doing in a flashback with Glenn? That doesn't make sense. But I'm going to leave that part of the episode now and move on to some other things. And I'm going to focus on the Rick situation now. He had to get an RV, and then I don't know what he was doing with it. I can't really remember, but he did come to contact with the wolves that Morgan set free in the last episode, JSS, and they almost got Rick. I thought they were going to capture him, but no, Rick managed to take them all out, and it was so great. It was a great little action scene. And then this is probably one of my favourite moments of the episode. Rick looks in one of the side mirrors of the RV and sees 3 wolves coming up the side of it. So Rick grabs the AK and just on the side of the RV, and he looks out and they're all dead. That was great. That scene goes on for about 10 seconds. That was like one of the greatest 10 seconds of Walking Dead I've ever had. And it was just great to watch. But he is surrounded now by walkers. I think the gunshots drew their attention towards him, but at the same time they're heading towards Alexandria. So how will Rick get out of the situation? We'll have to see next or the following week how he's going to get out of this. And people did speculate, is he going to cut his hand or lose his hand actually? Because when he got Walker blood in his hand, and people think, is Rick infected now? Is he going to, you know, have to cut his hand off and be like his comic book counterpart? No. Scott Gimple did clear it up the other day and stated that Rick's hand is safe. So, and also the reason being, it's going to be too expensive if they want to cut his hand off, and you CGI all over his hand to make sure it doesn't appear accidentally on camera, or you can just actually do that, you know, but probably be too much, you know, hard work for Andrew Lincoln because he has so much to do himself. But yeah, how will Rick get out of that situation? We're going to find out soon enough anyway. We all know he's going to get out of it. He's going to get out of it somehow. Let's see how Dale right now with him. He can learn how to fix that RV, and then they can get out of it nice and fast. But this episode, a lot of people have considered it to be one of the best Walking Dead episodes ever. I looked in IMDb and I got 9.6, 9.8 ratings on IMDb. I don't think that's necessary because it wasn't the best episode of the show I've ever seen. But it's one of the better episodes. I did enjoy it, and the apparent death of Glenn did really steal the episode overall. And you know, I don't think it's one of the greatest episodes, but it is really good. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and my rating for this episode is going to be a definite 9.2 out of 10. I'm going to give it that, because it definitely deserves a 9 rating, even though the death of Glenn wasn't the death we expected. But trust me, it isn't the end of Glenn. We haven't seen the last of him. He will be back, just not yet. But we do get some time with Michonne. Heath is a really likable character. I'm really getting invested in his personality, his motivation, what he's trying to do. I'm really just seeing him on screen is really great. I thoroughly enjoy the guy who played him, because he did play Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton. If you haven't seen that movie, definitely check it out. But in terms of this character, very good, and he's one of the fan favourites, I think, of the comic book. So I think he's going to be a fan favourite of the TV show as well, because he is very likeable. He's not like your Nicholas type of character who did die in this episode, shot himself in the head, and that resulted in the apparent death of Glenn. Heath is one of the likeable ones. He did have a conversation with Michonne, and Michonne definitely stepped up her game this episode. I think she's changing a lot. I really did enjoy seeing Michonne this episode because she wasn't in last week's, and we did get to see a couple of nice little takedowns from her. And if you didn't know already, if you didn't really catch on to the whole focus on Glenn this episode, he did make some references to season 1. If you do remember when he was radioing Rick, and he said, "Good luck, dumbass." Now, do you remember that? Way back in episode 1, the very first episode, Days Gone By of The Walking Dead, when Rick was stuck in a tank, and Glenn actually radioed him and say, "Hey, dumbass. Hey, you, dumbass. Hey, you in the tank." Remember that? I think they were trying to, you know, make us realize that Glenn is dead. Glenn's a goner this episode. They did do a lot of season 1 references, a lot of stuff that's happened in the past for Glenn. But I think this is all just a joke. He's gonna make it out, and I guarantee it will be great. A great comeback. And I cannot wait to see what happens. Great episode, guys. Check it out. It was great. Season 6 of The Walking Dead has got off to a phenomenal start. I don't know what my favourite episode so far is. Probably the premiere. I really like the premiere because a couple of scenes in there really got me hyped. But episode 2 blew me away with the Carol action sequence with the wolves. And Morgan also, can't wait to see what Carol's going to be up to next. Morgan also, because obviously it's Morgan episode next week. Next week it's an extended episode of 90 minutes, even though it's in reality about 65 minutes extended episode time. So that's my review, guys, for this week's episode of The Walking Dead. What did you think of it? What did you think of Thank You? please let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed, please hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and tell me in the comment section below on what you thought of the overall video. And are you excited for this Morgan episode next week? I cannot wait for it. It's going to be great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And that's all to say for today. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more Walking Dead content coming your way very soon. Until next time, I will see you guys later, and let me know, is Glenn alive or dead? See you guys later. Alright, what's going on guys? It is Relentless and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my review for episode 3 of season 6 of The Walking Dead, entitled Thank You. And like all my other reviews, this review will contain spoilers, so if you have not seen the newest Walking Dead episode, please click off the video now. And in this video I'm going to keep this review short and sweet, so I'm not dragging it on too long, just to keep you guys invested and interested in the video, but not getting bored at the same time, if you know what I mean. So for starters, the episode was one of the best